day. From First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Cleveland Browns taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We are the so-called rock and roll capital. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down. Chubb. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He may try and run for this. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Running for it, here's Chubb. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Nick Chubb stops short. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. Orchestrating the offense will be the top pick in the 2018 draft, and that's Baker Mayfield. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
Anthony McFarland, his first carry of the ball game.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Now a run with McFarland.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
First down, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku.
Mayfield's pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the Browns.
Mayfield. And his pass incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 5.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And it's Graham here, the one who is still down. And looks like he's in some pain. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
On first down, McFarland.
Down right around the 25.
Anthony McFarland.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 16. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Chase Claypool, the intended target.
And it's 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
A 29-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead.
3. Browns, nothing.
Weather like this, always treacherous for kickers. A good sign early, though, is he's able to put that one through.
And you remember him right before the kick stomping around his area to make sure that things were going to hold for his plant foot, and it did.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
It certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that #1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference, that question becomes who's hot? Who's peaking at the right time as you start the playoffs? You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
9-yard line.
Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Steelers 3, Browns 0.
A 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day, and I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. And he's giving me the...
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Myles Garrett, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
T.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for, and remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, You're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Number 87.
A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 17.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It got his man complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they've been seeking.
Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
First down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 12.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the stick. I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore. Plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
Browns 3.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, McFarland. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At the 40-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play.
Here's McFarland. It was Jacob Phillips who was able to bring him down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On the ground, it's McFarland.
4-yard line.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Tackle made at the 47-yard line.
From the gun, Mayfield. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Brought down by D.J. Wonnum. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
At the 27-yard line. A gain of a yard.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Their own 24.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Beckham and the Browns set to take over again. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball.
That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. It's a gain of 34.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Mayfield. Completion here to Claypool. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They'll run with McFarland.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Anthony McFarland.
His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Sly on for the extra point.
It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game, so maybe they've got to figure out.
Looking for Mims, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. To throw again on second down. Mayfield. This is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Chase Claypool.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Now Joey Sly for the point after.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And the Browns getting set to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
He was looking for Tim Patrick that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground, and they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially give me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, and it's the Dolphins who have the lead in that one. The Dolphins seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, we'll keep the Florida theme going as we head north to check on the Jags at home in Jacksonville. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. Dak Prescott has thrown a touchdown pass. In the game you're watching has been Baker Mayfield with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead.
Chris Boswell set
the lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
First and 10, Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Mayfield.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
10 yards on the pick.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll run here with McFarland, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Jewell on the tackle. A pickup of 2 yards. And the Steelers
running with McFarland. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Josey Jewell on the tackle. It's a gain of a yard. And it's
Mayfield to throw it. Now they set up a screen for McFarland. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from a defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen. Broke off his pass rush. And then get back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working out and seeing that the treadmill's open and getting there before anyone else.
See, I know you're just patronizing me right now. Everybody knows at home that is nothing but a shot at me, and I'll take it, absorb it, and we'll move on. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
at their own.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings
now back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here.
That's good for a Cleveland Browns.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Open man is Denzel Mims. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 30.
They're going to look to throw. He's got this one completed to Mims. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Steelers' 30-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
32 the ball.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. A good pickup there of 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to small up the ball carrier.
On third down, Mayfield. He dumps this off underneath to McFarland. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On the handoff, it's McFarland. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
The ball carrier. The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second
from the 44. Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll run on first down. McFarland, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Again, McFarland. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
A gain of 4. And it's
Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one, because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it.
Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter. Absolutely. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead is. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at the 39-yard line. They begin the drive with McFarland. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On first down, McFarland, and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On the give, this is McFarland.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
The 18-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it's third down.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
27, Browns 3.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Now this offense about ready to take over again.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 36. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
First and 10.
This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Down at the 31.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
5 yards on the play. And it's third down.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. He's got his tight end, David Njoku.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
McFarland once more. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Slide for the PAT.
For the point after.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Jalen Johnson on the coverage.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Mims. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And finding the tight end, Hooper. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now a desperation. That's caught inside the 20. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And the lead is down to 24. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for Pittsburgh, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. That'll do it.